Hi, this is Maria from Crochet A to Z and welcome to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please push that subscribe button. Also, please push the like button because it helps get the algorithms out there so others can find this channel. So today is the Fall Winter Series pattern, and it is the Cluster Boot Cuff pattern. These are so cute. You can make a lot of these in one day. You can sell these, you can give them away as stocking stuffers. These are just great and they move fast. They're a quick pattern. And again, this is part of the Fall Winter series. So let's get started, why don't we? So what we want to do is we want to start with our slip knot as always. And I want to mention that you're going to have a J hook and a K hook. The J hook is going to be used for this portion of the pattern. The K hook will be used for this portion. So you're going to be switching out. I want to mention that this is done in multiples of 3. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because that's how you can resize these to fit small, medium, or large. So I just want to mention that. So again, let's get started. So we did our slip knot and we're going to chain 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And these are this is your working chain. These are your chains. These are your stitches. And this is your slip knot at the end. So now what you're going to do is in the second chain from the hook, and this is your working chain. These are your chains. They look like V's. 1, 2, you're going to make a single crochet. And then in the next one, you're going to make a single crochet. And you want to make a single crochet right across. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And this is what it looks like right across. So then once you do that, you're going to chain 1. And you're going to turn your work. In the first stitch and in the last stitch, you're going to go right into both of these stitches. So I should say both of these. So stitch the whole thing. And you're going to make a single crochet. In the next ones, until you get to the end, you're going to stop in the last stitch because you want to go right through both of these. And I'll show you. You want to go through both of these. And the reason why you do that is it gives you a more finished, clean edge at the end and the beginning. So you're going to have 1, and now we're going to do another single crochet in the back loop only. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're going to the last one. So in the last one, we're going to go through both of those loops, and we're going to make a single crochet. So that's 10. And that's what it looks like. And if you look at this section, you have 2 rows, row 1, row 2. And I'll show you what I mean by that too. Row 1, row 2. There's 2 rows in this section. So once you do that, you're going to chain 1. And you're going to turn your work, and you're going to go through both of those loops, make a single crochet. And then in the next one, you're going to make a single crochet in the back loop only. And you're going to do this over and over again until you have 30 rows. You want 30 rows. So you're going to go into the back loop only until you get to the last stitch. And in the last stitch, you're going to go through both loops. And that's what it looks like. So now you're going to chain 1. You're going to turn your work. Going to go through both loops for your first single crochet. Back loop only for the rest of this until you get to the last stitch, and then you'll go through the back loop only until you get to the last stitch, and you'll go to the front and back loop. So you're going to go through both loops on the last stitch, and you will continue to have 10 stitches. And right here you want to go through both loops and your single crochet. And now if you look at this, you're going to see that you have 2 rows here and 2 rows here. We just made 4 rows, and that's how you'll be able to count your rows. You can count them 1, 2, 3, 4, or you can count 2, 4, and so on until you have 30 of these. And again, this is what it'll look like when you have 30, because you want to do multiples of 3. So now once you do that, and we're going to move on, once you have your 30 of these, and this will be nice because it actually helps in the stretching of this. If you look at this when you're putting it on, now you can, it's up to you, you could wear these this way and be the top, or you can wear them this way. They're meant to be worn this way. It's up to you. So now once you do that and you have your 30 rows, and I'm going to show you again how to count them. If you look at this, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So you have 30. Once you do that, you're going to put these together. And you want to slip stitch across. And you're going to still do that with your J hook. So what you want to do is slip stitch across, and then you're going to chain 1, and you're going to turn your work, and you're going to just slip stitch across. And you want to go through the front loop, the back loop, the front loop, the back loop of both sides. When you go across. I just want to, and you want to make sure that this is even. And you're going to go to the very end. And what I want to do is I want to show you what you're going to do is you want to make sure, and you want to go to the very end, and you want to make sure these are together and evenly together. And that's what it looks like. And it's closed up. So now after you do that, you're going to chain 1. You're not going to change hooks yet. You're going to chain 1, and you're going to put a single crochet in every stitch. You're going to make 30 single crochets. 30. 1, 2, and you can make that above the rows. So this is 1 row, this is a 2nd row, and you can 1 row and a 2nd row. So you can make them right above those rows. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do a slip stitch into that first one that you made right here. You're going to just do a slip stitch. And that's what it looks like. You did your single crochets all the way around, and you want to make 30. So what you can do is, if you want, you can space it out, but if you go above each one of these, you'll be fine. So if you go above each one of these, one here, one here, one here, one here, and make your single crochets, you should be fine. So once you're done with your single crochets, now you want to take your K hook, because you're going to need your K hook and your J hook. Your J hook is for this part, and your single crochets. But now we're going to move on to our K-hook. We're going to chain 1. After we chain 1, we're going to do a single crochet in this next stitch. And then we're going to go right back into that stitch and do a half double crochet. And then we're going to go back into that stitch and do a double crochet. Then we're going to skip 1, 2 stitches, and in the next stitch, we're going to do a single crochet, a half double crochet, and a double crochet. Again, we're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and we're going to do in the next stitch a single crochet, a half double crochet, and a double crochet. And this is what you're going to have. That's what it looks like. So skip, skip, single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet. Skip, skip, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet. Skip, skip, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet. Skip, skip, single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet back in that same stitch. Skip, skip, in this next stitch, single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet. And again, skip, 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 one, two, single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet. And you'll have 2 skip skips, and then in this next stitch right here, the beginning one that we made, we're going to make a slip stitch to join. And that's what it looks like. Now we're going to go to the next row. And I want to mention that was row number 4 when we made our row 3 was the single crochets. Row 4 is when we start our clusters. So once we do that, this is where it gets interesting. We're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn our work. And what we're looking at is the opposite side. So on this side, you had your single crochet, your double crochet, and so forth, half double crochet and double crochet. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into this first stitch, which will be a double crochet, and we're going to make a single crochet. In that same stitch, we're going to make a half double crochet, and in that same stitch, we're going to make a double crochet. So now we're going to skip, we can see clearly, and this is where our double crochet is. We're going to put a single crochet. We're going to put a half double crochet, and then we're going to put a double crochet. Skip, and in this double crochet from the row below, we're going to put a single crochet, a half double crochet, and a double crochet, all in that same stitch. Skip, and this is your next double crochet, and those are your clusters. We're going to put a single crochet, a half double crochet, and a double crochet. And yes, this can get a little bit confusing. I don't care how long you've been crocheting, it happens to all of us. I even get confused. In this stitch, skip, we're going to go into the next one. We're going to do a single crochet, a half double crochet, and a double crochet. Skip, right here in that double crochet, we're going to do single crochet, a half double crochet, and a double crochet. Skip, and now we're going to do a single crochet where this double crochet is, a half double, and a double. And we're going to do this all the way around. You're going to skip, and you're going to go to the top of this next stitch, and you're going to put a slip stitch to join. And this is what it looks like. It's so pretty. So now you're going to chain one, and you're going to turn your work. And now you're going to put in this stitch right here, we're going to put your single crochet, your half double crochet, and your double crochet. Skip, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet. skip, skip, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet. And we're going to do this all the way around. Skip, skip, single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet. And you are working in the double crochet stitch from below, and because we turned our work, everything is opposite of what it was before. So again, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet. These work up really fast. And sometimes you will lose your train of thought and say, oh, wait a minute, half double crochet. So don't worry about that. You just pull it out. It happens. It happens to me. So again, now we're going to do a slip stitch in that first stitch, and we're going to bring that together. And that is, we did that row. We did 1, 2, 3 rows of those clusters. Now we're going to chain 1. Turn our work again. Once we turn our work, we're going to go into this stitch here, and we're going to make a single crochet, a half double crochet, and a double crochet. The next one, skip, skip, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet. And again, you are going into the double crochet stitch. Skip, skip, skip. Skip, skip. You're going right into that double crochet stitch. Skip, skip. Skip, skip. Skip, skip. those 2 skips now in these rows are from the 2 of the 3 stitches that you made with the cluster. So that's how you end up skipping 2. You're actually skipping the half double crochet and the single crochet in the cluster. Skip, skip, and we're going to make the top of that stitch. We're going to slip stitch this together. I want to leave my fingers out of the way. 1, and we're going to turn our work again. And in the first stitch, we're going to make a single crochet, a half double crochet, and a double crochet. And I want to mention that this is the last row. This will be your last row. Now, if you want to make these wider, you can add more rows to it. That's up to you. But this is, for this pattern, it is the last row that you would do. And again, we went from this hook, which was our J hook, we went from this hook to the K hook to make these clusters. And this is really doesn't take long at all. That's why I say you can make a few of these, quite a few of these in a day. And they make really nice gifts, and they sell well too, because people like to dress up their boots with them, and they look really nice. And, you know, in different colors, they're just great. So again, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet. And you're going to skip 2 stitches. And the 2 stitches that you would be skipping is your half double crochet and your single crochet, and you're working in the double crochet stitch from below. Skip, skip. And now I want to also mention something else. If you do not, and this is the end, if you do not want to change your, and you're going to slip stitch this together to close it. If you don't want to change your crochet hook, you don't have to, but that's up to you. But it is a good idea to change it, because it will give that extra, you know, it really is better. So I want to show you. This was without changing the hook, and I want to show you the difference. This is with changing the hook, and you're going to see a size difference. Now, you could actually, if you wanted to, and say that you wanted, this was a way of changing the size, you could actually use the J hook for the top and the bottom if you wanted to have one size, and then you could go to your K hook for the top and the bottom for a different size, because it will change the way it fits. So you could do that as well. And this is what the boot cuff looks like. The cluster boot cuff looks like. all finished. And it is really a really nice pattern. And it is really a nice, makes a nice gift. And they sell really well too. So this is Maria, and I hope you enjoyed the boot cuff pattern. And it is the cluster boot cuff pattern. And like I said, you can use the J hook for both the bottom and the top, and it would make it fine. It would make one size. You could actually use the J hook on the bottom and use the K on the top, and it would be fine. Or you could use, like I did with this one, you could use, and this one I used the J hook and the K hook on the top, and you will notice that there is a difference in sizing. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention is that you can make these longer. So you don't have to make them, you know, you can add rows to it. If you want to put 5 rows, 6 rows, it's up to you if you want to make them a little longer. But these are really cute. And like I said, they sell wonderful, and they make really great stocking stuffers. So I hope you enjoyed this part of the Fall-Winter series, Cluster Boot Cuffs. This is Maria from Crochet A to Z. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe and push that like button, because it does help get the algorithms out there so everyone can find this channel. Thank you. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Love you all. Bye-bye.